तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्।
गजमुख गजमुख गणनाथा
गजमुख गजमुख गणनाथा
गजमुख गजमुख गणनाथा
गजमुख गजमुख गणनाथा
सुरमुनिवन्दित गुणशीला
सुरमुनिवन्दित गुणशीला सुरमुनिवन्दित गुणशीला
गजमुख गजमुख गणनाथा
गजमुख गणनाथा
गजमुख गजमुख गणनाथा
गजमुख गणनाथा
सुरमुनिवन्दित गुणशीला
सुरमुनिवन्दित गुणशीला
गजमुख गजमुख गणनाथा
गजमुख गजमुख गणनाथा
सुरमुनिवन्दित गुणशीला
सुरमुनिवन्दित गुणशीला
सुरमुनिवन्दित गुणशीला
सुरमुनिवन्दित गुणशीला
गजमुख गजमुख गणनाथा
गजमुख गजमुख गणनाथा
सुरमुनिवन्दित गुणशीला
सुरमुनिवन्दित गुणशीला
गजमुख गजमुख गणनाथा
गजमुख गजमुख गणनाथा
गजमुख गजमुख गणनाथा
गजमुख गजमुख गणनाथा
सुरमुनिवन्दित गुणशीला
सुरमुनिवन्दित गुणशीला
गजमुख गजमुख गणनाथा
गजमुख गजमुख गणनाथा
सुरमुनिवन्दित गुणशीला
सुरमुनिवन्दित गुणशीला
सुरमुनिवन्दित गुणशीला गजमुख गजमुख गणनाथा
त्रिपुर सुंदरी माँ अम्बदया सागरी माँ त्रिपुर सुंदरी माँ अम्बदया सागरी माँ त्रिपुर सुंदरी माँ अम्बदया सागरी माँ
हरि ओम तत्सत् नमः शिवाय हरि ओम तत्सत् नमः शिवाय साई ओम तत्सत् नमः शिवाय साई ओम तत्सत् नमः शिवाय हरि ओम तत्सत् नमः शिवाय शिव शिव शिवाय नमः शिवाय शिव शिव शिवाय नमः शिवाय साई ओम तत्सत् नमः शिवाय साई ओम तत्सत् नमः शिवाय हरि ओम तत्सत् नमः शिवाय हरि ओम तत्सत् नमः शिवाय साई ओम तत्सत् नमः शिवाय शिव शिव शिवाय नमः शिवाय साई ओम तत्सत् नमः शिवाय साई ओम तत्सत् नमः शिवाय हरि ओम तत्सत् नमः शिवाय साई ओम तत्सत् नमः शिवाय हरि ओम तत्सत् नमः शिवाय शिव शिव शिवाय नमः शिवाय साई ओम तत्सत् नमः शिवाय हरि ओम तत्सत् नमः शिवाय साई ओम तत्सत् नमः शिवाय शिव शिव शिवाय नमः शिवाय साई ओम तत्सत् नमः शिवाय साई ओम तत्सत् नमः शिवाय हरि ओम तत्सत् नमः शिवाय
नीलकण्ठ महादेव गौरी वन्दना
नीलकण्ठ महादेव
नीलकण्ठ महादेव गौरी वन्दना
नीलकण्ठ महादेव गौरी वन्दना
चन्द्रचूड दयानाथ नन्दिवाहना
चन्द्रचूड दयानाथ नन्दिवाहना
चन्द्रचूड दयानाथ नन्दिवाहना
चन्द्रचूड दयानाथ नन्दिवाहना
साम्ब शिवा शूलधारि नागभूषणा
साम्ब शिवा शूलधारि नागभूषणा
साम्ब शिवा शूलधारि नागभूषणा
साम्ब शिवा शूलधारि नागभूषणा
फालनेत्र उमाकान्त परम पावना
फालनेत्र उमाकान्त परम पावना
फालनेत्र उमाकान्त परम पावना
फालनेत्र उमाकान्त परम पावना
नीलकण्ठ महादेव गौरी वन्दना
नीलकण्ठ महादेव गौरी वन्दना
चन्द्रचूड दयानाथ नन्दिवाहना
चन्द्रचूड दयानाथ नन्दिवाहना
साम्ब शिवा शूलधारि नागभूषणा
साम्ब शिवा शूलधारि नागभूषणा
फालनेत्र उमाकान्त परम पावना
फालनेत्र उमाकान्त परम पावना
फालनेत्र उमाकान्त परम पावना
फालनेत्र उमाकान्त परम पावना
नीलकण्ठ महादेव गौरी वन्दना
युग युग के अवतार तुम्ही हो युग युग के अवतार तुम्ही हो मेरे राम मेरे श्याम शिरडी साई फकीरा मेरे राम मेरे श्याम शिरडी साई फकीरा जग के पालनहार तुम्ही हो जग के पालनहार तुम्ही हो युग युग के अवतार तुम्ही हो अल्लाह ईश्वर तेरे नाम अल्लाह ईश्वर तेरे नाम सबको सन्मति दो भगवान सबको सन्मति दो भगवान अल्लाह ईश्वर तेरे नाम शिरडी साई फकीरा अल्लाह ईश्वर तेरे नाम शिरडी साई फकीरा जग के पालनहार तुम्ही हो जग के पालनहार तुम
गोविंद बोलो गोपाल बोलो गोविंद बोलो गोपाल बोलो गोविंद बोलो गोपाल बोलो गोविंद बोलो गोपाल बोलो राम राम बोलो हरि नाम बोलो राम राम बोलो हरि नाम बोलो राम राम बोलो हरि नाम बोलो राम नाम बोलो हरि नाम बोलो अल्लाह साई यीशु नानक अल्लाह साई यीशु नानक अल्लाह साई यीशु नानक अल्लाह साई यीशु नानक सौराष्ट्र महावीर बुद्ध नाम बोलो 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 गोविंद बोलो गोपाल बोलो गोविंद बोलो गोपाल बोलो हे नाम सारे है जीवन सहारे 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 परमानंद के होते हैं द्वारे 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 जो नाम चाहो वो नाम बोलो जो नाम चाहो वो नाम बोलो जो नाम चाहो नाम बोलो जो नाम चाहो वो नाम बोलो प्रेम से बोलो भाव से 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 बोलो गोविंद बोलो गोपाल बोलो गोविंद बोलो गोपाल बोलो राम राम बोलो हरि नाम बोलो राम नाम बोलो हरि नाम बोलो अल्लाह साई यीशु नानक अल्लाह साई यीशु नानक सौराष्ट्र महावीर बुद्ध नाम बोलो सौराष्ट्र महावीर बुद्ध नाम बोलो गोविंद बोलो गोपाल बोलो गोविंद बोलो गोपाल बोलो हे नाम सारे है जीवन सहारे हे नाम सारे है जीवन सहारे परमानंद के होते हैं द्वारे परमानंद के होते हैं द्वारे जो नाम चाहो वो नाम बोलो जो नाम चाहो वो नाम बोलो प्रेम से बोलो भाव से बोलो प्रेम से बोलो भाव से बोलो प्रेम से बोलो भाव से बोलो प्रेम से बोलो भाव गोविंद बोलो गोपाल बोलो
वनमाली राधा रमणा गिरधारी गोविंदा वनमाली राधा रमणा गिरधारी गोविंदा वनमाली राधा रमणा गिरधारी गोविंदा भक्त हृदय मंदारा भानुकोटि सुंदरा भक्त हृदय मंदारा भानुकोटि सुंदरा
वाहे गुरु वाहे गुरु वाहे गुरु की बोलो वाहे गुरु वाहे गुरु वाहे गुरु की बोलो सत्यनाम 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 बोलो सत्यनाम 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 नित्य जपिए तेरे नाम की बोलो बोलो नित्य जपिए तेरे नाम की बोलो सत्यनाम 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 की बोलो राम 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 की बोलो बोलो राम 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 की बोलो मुझको मुझको जपिए राम नाम की बोलो कृष्ण 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 जी बोलो बोलो कृष्ण 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 जी बोलो मुझको मुझको जपिए कृष्ण नाम जी बोलो शिव 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 नाम जी बोलो बोलो शिव 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 नाम जी बोलो मुझको मुझको जपिए सत्य नाम जी बोलो बोलो हर 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 जी बोलो बोलो हरि 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 जी बोलो सत्यनाम 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 जी दत्त 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 दत्तात्रेय जी बोलो दत्त 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 बोलो दत्त 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 दत्तात्रेय जी बोलो मुझको मुझको जपिए सत्यनाम जी बोलो बोलो मुझको मुझको जपिए सत्यनाम जी मुझको मुझको जपिए सत्यनाम जी बोलो वाहे गुरु वाहे गुरु बोलो वाहे गुरु वाहे गुरु बोलो सत्यनाम 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 बोलो सत्यनाम 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 बोलो सत्यनाम 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 वाहे गुरु वाहे गुरु वाहे गुरु
This piece is packed in two things: I with the ego and want with the desire.
ఈ రెండింటిని మనం విడదీస్తే మనకు ఆ పీస్ అనేది మనకు లభిస్తుంది.
So if you remove the ego and desire, you naturally get the
అప్పుడే మనకు
peace.
పీస్ చిక్కుతుంది.
That is what is peace.
So that is what is peace. Bhagwan gives that formula. I think all of us have heard this also many times. This is nothing new. But every time you listen to it, you feel that we have to contemplate on it deeper and deeper. I want. Swami says remove want. And that's what we are saying. Don't say I want this looking at the world. The moment you are saying want, that is desire, as Bhagwan is saying.
yes.
And I, removing that I, saying, okay, I accomplished this, I achieved this, I can do this, I will be able to get this done. You know, that whole feeling of ego.
And I think very simply, ego is just identification with this body mind.
Absolutely. Yes, yes.
In fact, because we have lost peace of mind and our mind is within us and our mind is not outside of us.
Absolutely.
Right? And so it is all about finding that peace within our mind, which is pretty much the solution to getting rid of all the stress.
And the mind, as you brought out, it is that most powerful instrument that Bhagwan has given us,
Exactly.
which will help us to go within.
Exactly. In fact, as Swami would often say in his discourse, Mana eva manushyanam karanam bandha mokshayo. It is mind alone that is responsible for our bondage as well as our sorrow or our liberation. So, the problem, what is the problem with this mind? You know, we all know that, yes, I, completely agree with Bhagwan on this. And then Swami goes on to explain that this mind, which is our best infrastructure that we have to deal with anything, right? For everything we use our mind. But from time to time, just like the smartphones that we have got and, some bug enters it or, some bug enters the software. Similarly, there are three kinds of bugs that taint our mind or give problem to our mind, and these need to be debugged if we can use the software language for it. So Swami, in fact, very beautifully gives us the categories for these three bugs or the larger buckets in which all our problems happen. So let's really think about it, because that is where we are going to go to in when Swami says remove want, remove I, and you will have peace. So how do we actually reach there? So Swami says that there are three issues with the mind. One is mala, the second is vikshepa, and the third is avarana. So what is mala? Swami gives the example of a mirror. So you want to see, and he gives the simile of the mirror to the mind of man. So if you want to see a reflection of yours in the mirror, but if there is a layer of dust on top of the mirror, will you be able to see a reflection? No, and therefore you will have to remove that, and that is nothing but mala. And that can be done through sacred work, through all the time taking up seva or selfless service. That's right. So selfless service is the solution for removing mala, as Bhagwan says. To remove vikshepa, vikshepa is nothing but the wavering nature of mind. So you take the same example of the mirror. If the mirror was all the time shaking, will you be able to see or focus on your reflection? Once again, no. So you need to steady the mind, and for that you namasmarana, japa, which is the same, and dhyana. These are the solutions to reduce the waveredness of the mind. And the third is avarana, which is nothing but, what if the mirror is covered with a cloth? If it's covered with a cloth, once again you will not be able to see your reflection. And that can happen only through jnana or knowledge or wisdom. So if these are the three issues of the mind, and we know Swami has even given us the solution, which is for mala, to remove mala, it is selfless service. To remove vikshepa, it is japa and dhyana. And for removing avarana, it is the getting of knowledge. We all know about the amount of importance Swami gave to selfless service. And that in itself is another huge topic that we probably will deal with another day, maybe in another satsang. What we would like to do in today's and in the coming weeks satsang is we would like to focus on this vikshepa, which is how to remove the waywardness of the mind through japa and through dhyana.
Yeah, and in fact, Bhagwan very emphatically states in the Dhyana Vahini, Swami says, the chief purpose of dharana and dhyana is to minimize the travels of the mind and force it to stay in one place. Holding it on to that fixed stage, one should continue sadhana for a long time. And in fact, the beautiful promise that Swami gives is there is no limit to the joy and peace that one can have once you are onto the path of dhyana, japa sahita dhyana, as Bhagwan used to say. And Amey, I feel that it is really Swami's design, it is his will that we are recording this satsang on the day Bhagwan installed the meditation tree, which is the symbol of inspiration for us to take on to this path of dhyana. Way back in 1959, in the month of April, when Bhagwan was on the sands of Chitravati, Swami took a little sand and made it into a mould. And when he made that mound, there's always expectation in people's minds what is going to come out, because those were the Leela days of Bhagwan. Every time he would bring out something, it could be an idol, it could be a sweet, it could be anything, but every time it was a beautiful surprise. And that pleasant evening, Bhagwan removed from the sands this dazzling copper plate, 10 inches by 15 inches. And Swami said that in the earlier times, ancient sages and saints, even Buddha, they used to look for energized places for their sadhana. Buddha used to have the Bodhi tree. And Swami said, this copper plate is a sasana. This is to be installed under such a tree so that when people sit under the shade of such a tree, then they'll be able to subdue their mind and achieve greater concentration. And on June 29th, 1959, this very day, June 29th, Bhagwan installed this copper plate. And on that day, Swami made this declaration: in times to come, the power that is invested here will draw yogis and spiritual aspirants who have attained a certain level of spiritual attainment to Prashanti Nilayam. And Swami says, this mysterious force will pull people from all over the globe to experience the peace that is Prashanti.
So in fact, how blessed we are that Swami has actually given us a beautiful symbol. But is it possible that everyone can actually come here? And does it mean that only when we sit under the Vatavriksha will we be able to, meditate? What Swami has always been telling us, in fact, what we have so far even been talking about is, it is not an external place.
Yes.
But Vatavriksha in fact symbolizes what we need to construct for ourselves. There must be a Vatavriksha in each and every one of our minds, in each one of our hearts, where we will be able to sit and we will be able to subdue that. So I think in many ways, the Vatavriksha stands for the symbol of a forest. Typically when we look at a tree, it stands for a forest. And the beautiful adage of Swami, which pretty much sums up the entire Bhagavad Gita, which is head in the forest and hands in the society. Swami never wanted us to escape from the world. In fact, today there is no place where we can escape from and go and, meditate. But can we keep our head in the forest while we are having our hands in society? In fact, this is what even Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita says, Mam anusmara yuddhacha. Right? He says, you think about me and fight the battle. So that is the surest formula that Swami is giving us to overcome the stress.
So some of the things that Bhagwan mentions in Dhyana Vahini, if you decide to do dhyana, Swami says, you have to ensure that you maintain the same time.
Yes.
You have to do early in the morning, possibly before 6 o'clock. And once you decide a time, stick to it. Don't compromise on that. So same time every day.
Yeah, and especially I think what we need to remember over here is Swami would always mention about this, the 4 to 8 in the morning and 4 to 8 in the evening are the sattvic periods of the day.
Yes.
So doing dhyana during these times, 4 to 8 in the morning or 4 to 8 in the evening, it would be an ideal time to do dhyana. And I think it's more like, why Swami focuses so much on the same time. It's like an appointment.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to go. Imagine you're having an appointment with the top CEO or with your boss. You definitely wouldn't like to go, late for that meeting, isn't it? Here is a time when you're having an appointment with your Lord. Who is
the CEO of the universe.
The CEO of the universe. Yes.
Yeah.
The only executive officer, in fact. He's not the chief, the only executive officer of the universe. So you would want to be on time every time. So that's the important.
Absolutely. I mean, if you want to go into detail every point that Swami has mentioned, that would be a huge discussion by itself, because Swami is talking about having sattvic food.
Yes.
Swami is saying that we should be on empty stomach. You know, basically, once you're on the path of sadhana, there are so many things that you have to do, not just during the time when you're doing dhyana, but in your daily life.
Correct.
So-
Because I think dhyana in many ways is a culmination of all of that.
Yes.
Isn't it? It's a preparation that you need to put in for the entire day.
Yeah.
So whether it is time, whether it is space, you know, Swami says that even try and fix up a particular place where you do the dhyana. Be always in comfortable clothing,
Yes.
not too tight, because you know your breathing has to be very rhythmic and very harmonious. So Swami talks about time, place, clothing,
Posture.
Yes. You know, Swami would often say that have a straight back, as straight and tall as possible, and as steady as possible.
Yes.
So while the rest of your body you may be sitting, it's not necessary that you have to always be in Padmasana, while all of Padmasana would be the ideal posture to be in. But just being steady and having a tall back, that is another thing.
Yes.
As you mentioned, sattvic food.
Food, yes. And one thing that I noticed when I was reading Dhyana Vahini is Swami is continuously stressing on one important characteristic, and that is cheerful attitude.
Yes.
It's like Swami saying, if you're sitting for dhyana, there should be that beautiful, gentle smile on your face, not just on your face, in your entire being. I think that is something I feel is so important.
And I think, you know, it's Swami's beauty, isn't it? How such a sweet Lord we have, that he has gone to that extent to tell us that smile. All you need to do is to bring that smile on your face, because the moment you bring that smile on the face, automatically the entire body resonates with that kind of joy. And in fact, to add to that, oftentimes we consider, you know, doing any spiritual kind of sadhana means, you know, seriousness.
Yes.
And Swami would always label that as castor oil face.
Yes.
You know, so having a cheerful attitude is an outcome of dhyana. It is also a prerequisite for dhyana. So whenever we sit for dhyana, whenever we sit for meditation, let us automatically bring on our, force ourselves to smile. And slowly but surely, as we, you know, get used to that, you will notice that the rest of your life will also become a smile. You know, and I think smile is the sure shot way to express that peace.
Yeah.
Express that peace to everyone around.
Absolutely.
Imagine if you all the time meet a person, you know, people around you are all the time serious.
Yeah.
You will automatically be stressed.
Yes.
So you are contributing to the stress of someone else
Yes. Yeah.
simply by not giving him that simplest.
In fact, this
reward.
is exactly what Swami says in Dhyana Vahini. Don't make the world sadder
Exactly.
by your dhyana. Your dhyana should make the world happier.
Exactly.
It should bring more smiles in you and in and around you.
Yes.
And I think that is something that I feel we should never ever miss. Dhyana is not serious business. Dhyana is happy business.
Yes, and I think this should become a signature of all Sai devotees,
Yes.
which is to have a smile on our face.
Yes.
Right? If that can, in fact, that is one of the, in 1965, when Swami was handing out the first set of Sevadal badges to the first set of Sevadals, he said, one thing along with your badge that you must wear on your body is a smile. Whoever comes into Prashanti Nilayam must be able to see that smile, that joy radiating from within, and that comes probably in the beginning it may even be something which is forced upon, but eventually it will become a part and parcel of our being and our character.
Absolutely.
देवतु स्वामी सत्य साई हरे भक्त जना संरक्षक भक्त जना संरक्षक पति महेश्वरा ओम जय जगदीश हरे शशिवदना श्रीकरा सर्व प्राणपते स्वामी सर्व प्राणपते आश्रित कल्पलतीका आश्रित कल्पलतीका आपद्बान्धवा ओम जय जगदीश हरे माता पिता गुरुदेवं मरियं त्रयुनीवे स्वामी मरियं त्रयुनीवे नाद ब्रह्म जगन्नाथ नाद ब्रह्म जगन्नाथ नागेन्द्र शयना ओम जय जगदीश हरे ओंकार रूप ओजस्वी साई महादेव सत्य साई महादेव मंगल हारति अंगको मंगल हारति अंगको मंगल गिरिधारी ओम जय जगदीश हरे नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय शांति 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 सर्वे जना सुखिनो भवन्तु
जय बोलो भगवान श्री सती साई महाराज की
समस्त लोका सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त लोका सुखिनो